could have told y'all Azealia Banks was about to go on to a long rant soon as Lil Nas X replied back. This is like the funniest beef ever because Lil Nas X literally, quite literally doesn't bother anyone. Shout out to Pop Crave because they had posted what Azealia Banks had said and Lil Nas X response. And that's when she went into this large unhinged rant that we're about to get into. Now, it all cracked off when Azealia Banks had said, Lil Nas X fell off so hard, laughing my butt off, that little swore that he was T. Then she goes, B has no bars. Ha 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 ha. Now, Lil Nas X cracked back and said, Azealia, I could never make a hit song again, and you would still never in your bussy soap selling chicken sacrificing, botch body hating, miserable life reach the 10th of my success. Love your music, by the way. Child, he took me out with the chicken sacrifices, but here's her reply back, and I'm going to try to get to as much of it as I can. Now, the thread actually starts down here, and after he had said that, Lil Nas X said, sending you love, Azealia, and wishing you nothing but guidance and clarity. I want you to chase your dreams and get on your ish. It's the best time, period, in music for your art to thrive. I don't care what you know, and then he goes on to say, you say that about me. So he didn't really care what she had to reply back. He was just definitely sending her love and light. Now, she didn't care about none of that because she replied back up here and said, where are your bars? We're not going to use patronization to circumvent the topic here. The topic is that you cannot rap, son. She goes on to say that you're a terrible lyricist with a pedestrian musical sensibility, and we need you to come to a consensus on where your talent is. Fine. We can agree that your little piece of eye candy, talking about like, because he's handsome. And then she says, of these desperate old white in fashion, but where is your music? But again, she still continued to talk to herself. Now she starts up here and then it goes down here. She says, well, you should be afraid because it's already happening. And then she says, you got to tie a piece of floss into your hole. What did she say? In your MTA token so that you can snatch it back out. Hollywood Shuffle beat up your black bussy. And then she says, you're selling, it's done, it's over. And then she goes on to say that you will be at a fashion show. And then she goes, ha, 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 and then whatever, something for Pam. Here's the part where it gets completely unhinged. She said, but wait, I just woke up thinking about the levels of press tacky self-hating black, and then she used the F slur, you just displayed. She goes on to say that you still have not answered the question, where the F are your bars at, B? She said, white people eat that ish up like grilled cheese with milk sandwiches. So then she says, so I wouldn't lean into your opinion as a martyr of success. I don't know what that means. She goes on to say that, and they will be happily indulged in your self-degradation and self-ridicule, i.e., that whack visual in which you perpetuate the very wrong and harmful ideology that all black men who have been to jail secretly espouse criminal lifestyles so that they can use prison as a gay brothel of sorts. What? Then she goes on to accuse him of using her aesthetic for attention. Then she says, which is the primary reason you've gotten any attention. I wouldn't necessarily call what you experience success, but you've definitely an experiment at making a minstrel of yourself for attention. So she's calling him a minstrel show. Then blah, 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 blah. And then she asks a really pressing question here. She says, also, please tell me why you go so hard to shy away from collaborating with gay black male peers. Why are you collaborating with Camila Cabello? I think that's how you say your name. And not Cakes Tequila. Are you afraid that the truth that Cakes is actually an excellent MC? Great question. But blah, 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 blah. You could pause to read this. But Azealia Banks, if you're going to do all of this dissecting of all these artists, why don't you just go get your PhD in like music theory? Because at this point, you're really just a nuisance to the internet.